Hi guys, we're finishing the notes for functions and function notation. So this was the first one from the video. So we did everything in class, we stopped right here, and this was going to be the first question that you're supposed to do without me on the video. So here we go. So when does f of x equal to -4? So looking at the graph, we have the graph right here. So we're looking at y equals -4. Y equals -4 is this whole line right here, right at -4. So this whole line. But y equals -4 on every single one of these points. So it starts right there at -infinity, and it goes all the way up to -2, -2 inclusive. That's where y equals -4. So now the next one, we need to answer domain and range and other things. So domain is this group right here. Range is this group right here. Domain, you have to list every single one. -1, 0, 4, so on. Range are all these guys right here. List them in order. It's already in order right there for you, but sometimes you won't have that in order, so put that in order from least to greatest. Just make that a habit. One-to-one function? No, because y repeats right there. If you want to draw an arrow right there or make a star, that way you know that's why this function is not a one-to-one, because y repeats. What is f of 8? This question is actually asking, what is y when x is 8? Well, we're looking for this. What is y when x is 8? That's why I color-coded this for you. So x is 8, y is -2. Okay, that's where this came from. Next question we have, when does f of x equal to 8? So it's asking, we already know f of x equals y. So when does y equal to 8? So we're going to look in the y area right here. So y is 8 right there. What is x when y is 8? Well, x is -1 and x is 0 when y is 8. Okay, that's why I used orange right there. So you guys can go back to it and find where we found the answer. The next one we have very similar to what we just did. The difference is now you have a table. The x is already in order from least to greatest. And even though we have 2 zeros right here, you don't have to repeat it. It's already there. 0 is already there. The range is not in order from least to greatest, but go ahead and put that in order from least to greatest. One-to-one function, no, because y repeats right there at -5. If you want to star that to know that that's where it comes from, that's why this is not a one-to-one function. It is because y repeats right there at -5. What is the output? We know output means y. So what is y when the input is x? So what is y when x is 4? Well, x is 4 right here, y is 2. Easy. Where does y equals 4? Y equals 4 right there. So when x is 0. X equals 0, y equals 4, right there from the table. Now the next one, some of you probably don't remember how the quadratic function works, but that's fine. When you don't remember, assign numbers for x so you can find y. So here, real quick, I just wanted to know where the vertex would have been. I already know the shape, but I just wanted to know where the vertex would have been on the graph. So I plugged in 0 right there just because that's the easiest number for me to start with. So plug in 0, because everything multiplied by 0 is 0, and voila, this is the y-intercept. Easy starting point. Okay, so I know domain of a quadratic function will always be from -infinity to +infinity, or it's always going to be all real numbers. either way, but this is the interval notation that's going to be the default. So one-to-one function, no, because y repeats, or it fails the horizontal line test. So if you were to draw a horizontal line through your graph, it would fail because it crosses the horizontal line in 2 spots. What is f of -2? So you go ahead and you have to replace x with -2. So remember, when you're squaring a negative, you get a positive. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 3 is 11. That's where 11 came from. F of x equals 5, then what is x? So I already know f of x is the same thing as y equals. So I replaced the y right there, or I replaced f of x with 5. So 5 equals 2x squared plus 3. I minus 3 from both sides, I got 2. I divided both sides by 2, I got 1. And then you square root. And then you get plus or minus 1. The next one, I have to find 2 f of 3. So first I found f of 3 by replacing x with 3, and that's where this came from, to 3 squared plus 3. 3 squared is 9. 2 times 9 is 18, plus 3, 21. 21 times 2, 42. The next one, it just wants you to find 2 f of x. So you get f of x, and you literally just multiply that by 2. Distribute, easy. Now the next one, you have 3 separate functions, 3 separate ones. You have f of x, g of x, and h of x. Okay, that's fine. So these are all given to you. That's what you're going to refer back to in order to answer these 2 questions. Okay, so this one, it's asking, what is g of 2? What is this asking? What is y when x is 2? Write it out. What is y when x is 2? Okay, you're going to go to the g of x function, find x is 2. What is y? 0, right there. Okay? Now the next one, I have to find a whole bunch of things before I can find what actually the question is asking. So first of all, I need to find h of 1. H of 1, go ahead and substitute that in the function. Substitute 1 for x, and then you math it out, you get 5. And then you're going to need g of 3. Go back and use the g of x function, that one. So what is y when x is 3? X is 3 right there. Y is 1 right there. So notice that the graph is going by halves, not by 1. So be careful with that. And then we're going to need f of 3 right there, and then we're going to bring it all together. So f of 3 from this function, because it says f of x right there. So what is y when x is 3? X is 3, y is 2. That's where this came from. Now you plug it all in. 3 times h of 1. H of 1 is 5 from over here. Minus g of 3. G of 3 is 1. Over f of 3. F of 3 is 2. 3 times 5 is 15. Minus 1 is 14. Divided by 2, 7. Done. That's the end of Unit 1, Section 1.